Hello everyone. Welcome back to part 2 of our suspicious story, the unsolved case of a mother, Amanda, who tragically lost her 2 children. To understand the events of this story, you must watch the first part. The link is in the description. Before we begin, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel if you prefer these types of videos. Let's start. The chilling testimonies from Amanda's co-workers cast a dark shadow over the case. They spoke of a haunting incident between Amanda and Adriana just 3 months before the tragic accident. Adriana, with her mischievous nature, often pushed boundaries, like some children who can be provocative. Adriana's personality sometimes grated on others' nerves, and one co-worker recounted a day that would forever be etched in their memory. Adriana, in a moment of childish rebellion, had taken a permanent marker and defaced Amanda's car, inside and out. The word "loser" was scrawled inside, a cruel taunt that pushed Amanda over the edge. In a fit of rage, Amanda had shouted, "One day I'm going to kill her." Such words, spoken in anger, are often dismissed as empty threats, but in this case, they lingered like a curse waiting to be fulfilled. In Western societies, such statements can come back to haunt the speaker, especially when a murder occurs. Amanda's co-workers couldn't forget those chilling words. One co-worker, shuddering at the memory, explained that while many might use such expressions in anger, she could never imagine saying it to her own children. The thought of causing such emotional harm was unthinkable. The plot thickened when unexplained bruises were discovered on Adriana's forehead, lending credence to the witness's account. Even if the drowning was accidental, the bruises remained a sinister mystery. Determined to uncover the truth behind the co-workers' statements and Charles' claims, the police decided to search Amanda's house. As they entered, a foul stench assaulted their senses, and the house's filthy state shocked them. But what truly unnerved them was the absence of any signs that children lived there. The house felt eerily empty, devoid of the usual chaos that comes with young ones. In a home with a 6-year-old and a 7-year-old, one would expect to find toys strewn about, but the investigators found only one small toy. The silence was deafening. When questioned about the lack of toys, Amanda spun a tale of punishment. She claimed to have confiscated the children's toys as discipline for not cleaning their rooms, intending to return them after a week. The police, skeptical, asked to see where she had stored the confiscated items, but when they searched the indicated spot, they found nothing. A thorough search of the entire house confirmed their suspicions. There were no toys, save for a small red wagon in the yard and a couple of inflatable pool toys. The absence of childhood joy hung heavy in the air. The investigators' minds wandered back to a crucial moment that had caught their attention, along with the doctors handling Adriana's case. When Adriana was fighting for her life in the hospital, Dr. Renee had informed Amanda of a glimmer of hope. Adriana's pulse had returned. The doctor asked if Amanda had any questions about her daughter's condition. Amanda's response sent a chill down Dr. Renee's spine. "Yes, I have a question. Where's the vending machine?" The inappropriate concern for snacks in such a dire moment left everyone unsettled. Dr. Renee's observations didn't end there. When she delivered the devastating news of Adriana's death, his reaction was eerily calm. No tears were shed, no genuine emotions displayed. It was as if she were putting on a show, her grief a carefully constructed facade. Dr. Renee had expected raw, unbridled anguish, but instead, she witnessed a chilling composure.
It struck me odd because it was almost calming to me to look into her eyes, and she didn't really have much of a reaction, and it just was very flat.
Unemotional.
Amanda's family, however, painted a different picture. They attributed her seemingly cold reaction to her strong personality, insisting that was just how she was. Amanda's attorney, Walter Smith, also came to her defense, arguing that her reaction to her daughter's drowning and her frantic call to emergency services were clear signs of hysteria and emotional breakdown. During her interrogation, Amanda vehemently denied all accusations. She claimed that the witness had been coached, insisting there was no real witness to anything. She pointed out inconsistencies in the testimony, how the story kept changing. Sometimes the witness would say they saw Adriana playing in and accidentally drowning, only to revert to the original damning statement. The identity of this mysterious witness became the crux of the investigation. The credibility of the testimony hinged on who this person was. Was it a reliable, mentally sound individual? The truth, when revealed, sent shockwaves through everyone involved. The witness was none other than Amanda's own son, 6-year-old AJ. Remember the 4-hour gap between Adriana's drowning and the police call? During that time, AJ was with his grandfather. In a moment that would change everything, AJ uttered words that chilled his grandfather to the bone. Grandpa, I saw Mom drown Adriana in the pool, and I want to tell the police without hesitation. The grandfather contacted the authorities, informing them that AJ had a crucial statement to make. When questioned about his mother's motives, AJ painted a picture of mounting frustration. Adriana, he explained, often did things that angered their mother. On that fateful day, Adriana had sprayed glass cleaner all over the house, pushing Amanda over the edge. AJ described with chilling detail how Amanda punished Adriana by holding her underwater in the pool. He spoke of how his mother held Adriana in a way that muffled her screams.
Mama, don't fix this. When Adrian messaged with stuff today, Adrian was just in the pool with Mama. But Adrian was laying like this and Mama holding him like this so she wouldn't scream. She kept on going dunk. And then I got out the tree because Mama told me to go get Adriana. And then I found her dead in the pool.
Why'd you go to get her?
Because my mom told me.
J.'s choice of words was telling. He used terms like dunked or immersed to describe what happened to his sister, childlike language that lent credibility to his account. An adult coaching him would likely have used the term drowned. Instead, J.'s words painted a vivid, terrifying picture through a child's eyes. When asked about meals, AJ revealed he hadn't eaten breakfast or lunch that day.
I'll have for breakfast.
We didn't have breakfast.
Did y'all have any cereal?
We didn't have nothing for breakfast.
What'd you have today for lunch?
Nothing.
Corroborating his grandfather Charles' statement, it's important to note that by grandfather we mean Amanda's stepfather or ex-stepfather, not her biological father. This distinction fueled Amanda's mother's insistence that Charles, who admittedly disliked Amanda for neglecting her children, must have coached AJ during the 15 minutes they spent alone together. Amanda's attorney seized upon this, arguing that a 6-year-old child could easily be manipulated into giving false testimony. Dr. Stephen CGI, an expert in child testimony, supported this argument, criticizing the police interview with AJ as insufficient. He emphasized the delicate nature of children's testimonies, especially for a child like AJ, whom he described as developmentally delayed, exhibiting behavior typical of a 4-year-old despite being 6. Dr. CC cited experiments demonstrating how easily children's memories can be manipulated over time. In one study, children were told about a non-existent rabbit in their school, and over time they began to claim they had seen it. Another example involved children recounting fantastical stories they genuinely believed were real. The attorney argued that AJ couldn't have fabricated such a detailed and horrific story without help unless he was recounting what he truly witnessed. The probability of it being a product of his imagination seemed unlikely given his age and the specificity of his account, using childlike language such as dunk to describe his sister's drowning, while an adult giving false testimony would require extensive training. J.'s account seemed raw and unfiltered. However, J.'s testimony wasn't without inconsistencies. At one point, he claimed to have witnessed the incident from a tree in the backyard, a vantage point later proven impossible for viewing the pool. Eventually, he reverted to his original story, leaving investigators to grapple with the reliability of his account. Despite these inconsistencies, the police took J.'s initial statement seriously. They couldn't ignore the unexplained bruises on Adriana's face, nor could they accept the idea that Adriana drowned on her own. The pool was shallow enough for her to stand and breathe, designed specifically for children's safety. The only plausible explanation for her drowning was if someone forcefully held her underwater. Given J.'s younger age and smaller size, he couldn't have overpowered and drowned her. This left the investigators with a chilling conclusion: Amanda's involvement. On September 5th and 7, in a twist that sent shockwaves through the community, Amanda was arrested and charged with first-degree murder. The case took on a nightmarish quality, a mother's fate hanging in the balance based on her own son's testimony against her for allegedly killing her daughter.
Imagine a little boy sitting on the stand in open court. That's troubling enough. But now imagine that the story he has to tell is one that could rob him of his mother.
As investigators dug deeper, they unearthed another unsettling chapter in Amanda's past. Before Adriana and Ajay, Amanda had another child. In a haunting incident, she had left this infant in the crib for a short time breathing. At the time, doctors diagnosed it as sudden death due to a stroke, but the exact cause remained a mystery. In light of Adriana's case, investigators began to suspect a sinister connection, wondering if Amanda might have been involved in that tragic incident as well. In a move that added another layer of complexity to the case, investigators offered Amanda a plea deal. They proposed that she plead guilty to the crime, even if she maintained her innocence, in exchange for a reduced charge of manslaughter instead of first-degree murder. This deal would result in a lighter sentence of just 10 years. Amanda, however, stood her ground. She vehemently refused, insisting on her innocence and demanding a fair trial instead of accepting what she saw as a devil's bargain. As the case unfolded, it left the community reeling, grappling with the unthinkable possibility that a mother could commit such a heinous act against her own child. The shadows of doubt and suspicion loomed large, casting a pall over what should have been a loving family home. The tragedy of Adriana's death was compounded by the potential destruction of what remained of her family, as brother testified against mother in a heart-wrenching twist of fate. The case serves as a chilling reminder of the darkness that can lurk behind closed doors, the complexities of family dynamics, and the challenges faced by the justice system when dealing with such sensitive cases involving children. As the investigation continues and the trial looms, one question haunts everyone involved: what really happened on that fateful day by the pool? We'll find out in the final part of our story. If you liked the story, don't forget to leave a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more suspicious stories and cases like this. I hope you have a good night.